Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and today in this video I am going to show you adding node in SQL Server 2016 failover cluster. So basically you can use the same way to add a node in cluster like SQL cluster 2016, 14 or 12 also. So let's have some idea. So here is my infrastructure. If you see my last video, I have created two node SQL Server cluster. So basically I'm going to add my new SQL Server host to existing cluster. So here is my infrastructure. So the first machine is Active Directory domain controller, which is my Active Directory server. Host name is win2get16 dc01 and my domain name is victorinfosol.com. Here you can see I have installed Active Directory and DNS role on this machine. If I go to local server, you can see my domain name here, victorinfosol.com. And my second machine is we have a total three SQL cluster nodes. So SQL node 1 and node 2 is ready. It's a part of cluster. If I go to node 1, you can see it's a part of my cluster, like failover cluster. If here you can see failover cluster manager. If I open a failover cluster manager, go to nodes, you can see it's part of my SQL Server role. And if I want to migrate the SQL Server role, I can just go here and let's move the best possible node. So the owner will change from node 2 to node 1. Online pending, full disk. Now you can see it's coming back online. So just make sure everything is up. It's still pending. So now you can see I have added my both the node in SQL cluster. So node 1 and node 2, same you can see the node 2 here is up and running. So we have SQL Server node 3, which is here given in green. So I have configured the same configuration like hard drive, RAM, everything on this machine. So also this machine is joined in my domain. If you go here, you can see on local server I have joined this machine in domain to my victorinfosol.com, and it's getting the policy and firewall is off. So basically this machine is fresh installed Windows Server 2016 machine, where I have configured the IP address, name the machine, and join this machine in domain. So these three basic tasks I have performed yet. So in this demo I'm going to add this SQL-node 3 in my SQL node cluster. So here is a step-by-step adding node in SQL Server 2016 failover cluster. So the first thing we have a 7-step tutorial. So install Hyper-V failover cluster, multipathing and .NET framework feature on SQL Server cluster node. So let's do why we are installing the Hyper-V, because I want to create a converged network which basically use Hyper-V. So let's go here on 3, go to manage, add role and feature, click next, and role and feature based installation, click next, select your server, click next, and we need to select the Hyper-V here and required feature for Hyper-V. So now it's selected, click next, and we need to select the .NET framework 3.5, failover clustering, and finally multipathing. So to install the .NET framework we require a source file, so we'll add the later on here. So for Hyper-V setting, leave everything default, and here you need to specify the alternate source because I want to install the .NET framework from installation media. So go to here and map the 2016 installation media. So here you can see we have a media here for server 2016. Open it and go to the drive, CD drive basically. Here we have, just wait for a few seconds. Now open this, go to source, SSX, copy this path and paste here, click OK. And also I want to select restart the destination computer automatically if required. As we are installing the Hyper-V role, it's require a reboot, so click on install button. Now you can see the installation is started on SQL-Node 3, and once the everything is installation done, the computer will reboot automatically. Then we can proceed with the next step, which is create NIC teaming and create converged network and configure IP address on all 4 NIC. So wait for machine to reboot and get the installation done. So installation is almost 70% done. So soon computer will restart. So now computer is rebooting and it's working on updates. Restarting now. So again it's working on features. Now the machine is rebooted. Hit Ctrl Del to log in. I'm logging using SQL admin account, which is my service account for SQL servers. So you can see the node 1 and node 2 is also logged in with like SQL admin account. If I go on CMD, you can see it's logging in with SQL admin user account. So I'm using the same account here. So it's validating the installations. Now you can see installation succeeded on SQL-Node 3. Go ahead and close this, and now you can see the Hyper-V is enabled here. So and next step, we need to create a NIC teaming. So go here on local server. You can see NIC teaming is disabled, so I'm going to enable this. So new team and team name I have to set. We have a script to create a converged network, which we are going to perform in as a next step. So I am going to copy the team name here from the script, which is Converged-vNIC. So click apply, OK, and it will take some time to get this all the link state active. So now you can see one is NIC is active. And to run this script, we have a Powershell. I'm going to run as a Powershell IES as a administrator. Yes, I want to run it. Wait for a few more seconds to get this link active. So now you can see all the 4 NIC is active. Go ahead and close this. Now it's time to run the script to create a hyper-converged network. So go to desktop, open the script, PS1 script, and run this script. Before running, I want to go to Network and Security Center here, so we can see all the NIC details which we have. We have 4 Ethernet, 4 physical Ethernet, and 1 team. So I'm going to run this, and now let's see what it's going to create. So you can see running a script at bottom and adding virtual Ethernet switch resource. So this will only take 10 to 20 seconds to give the vSwitch available for us. So now you can see it's just connected everything, and now it's applying the NICs. So in a script we have 4 NIC, domain, iSCSI cluster and live migration. You can see the script is completed successfully without any error, and we have all 4V Ethernet available. So go ahead and close this script. To configure the IP address, if you see here, we need to configure the IP address on all 4 NIC. We have a IP address schema which is given here. So I'm going to use a 203 for all the NIC with their like subnet mask is 255.255.255.0 with including these subnets. So let's configure as per our standard which I'm using in this demo. In your infrastructure maybe the IP address can be different, so 192.1.2.3 and the DNS address need to configure only on NIC which is domain, providing the domain connectivity, domain network connectivity. So for iSCSI, disable v6, go here, set 10.10.10.203.255.255.255.0, and for cluster we have IP addresses range, you can see it 2.203. so let's configure this 192.168.2.203 and the class C mask, and go to live migration properties, go here and configure the final IP address 192.168.1.3.203 and apply the settings, and let's verify everything is configured correctly. On server 2, if you go here, you can see the IP address configured same way here. So we are done with the IP configuration, and now the next step is enable MPIO multipathing and restart the cluster node. So I'm going to tools and MPIO, and here I'm using the software iSCSI, so need to add the support for iSCSI devices. Click add, and a reboot is required to complete this operation. Reboot now, yes, I want to reboot this machine now. So it's restarting. Hit Ctrl+L to log in. In the next step, we need to discover the iSCSI target and add disk on cluster. So let's do this. Open a disk management first. And define CD drive as a Z drive letter. So as I have assigned on my 2 SQL Server clusters node, so go to tools now, launch the iSCSI initiator to map the iSCSI learns, which is coming from basically my star wind which is running here. You can see for node 1 and node 2 connection is established. So let's, yes, I want to run it. And now provide the iSCSI target server IP address. It's 10.10.10.101. Here you can see the Starwind software connections. So let's disconnect this and reconnect once again by enable multipathing. And now you can see the status is connected. If you go here, you can see both the disk is added here. So bring online the first disk and go here and change the drive letter and make it Q, because this is my current disk, and make this disk online, and this is basically a D drive. So we are good with this. You can see here we have a D disk, D drive and Q drive both on server. So now we are okay with this, and now we can go to next step, which is add the SQL -node 3 in Windows failover cluster. So I'm going to do this now. Go ahead, close this and go here, add node on a Windows failover cluster. Right click on nodes, add node, click next, and now enter the node name, which is SQL node 03. Check for name and click OK. And now we need to go to next, and if you want to check the test, you can go ahead and check the run configuration for a validation wizard, and if you are sure that you have done everything correctly, then go, but I recommend you to go with this option. When I click next, the run configuration validation test and return the process. So go ahead and click next, and now it will run the basically test validation for a configuration wizard. So click next, recommended for all the things. Now you can see the test is running. So this test will give you the all idea if your node is compliant to for adding the node in cluster, and if you have anything missing here, you can get you will get to know here on by using the validation configuration wizard. So we need to wait for few minutes here till it's validate the our host. So for now everything seems good here. So now you can see that validation wizard is completed, and we have also report. To view report, go ahead and check the report. So we have everything is success and storage is not applicable, and we have a few warning in network which can be ignored. Basically these are warning, and we are good to go. Click finish, and now add all the eligible storage. So we don't have basically any storage available on node 3, so go ahead and click on finish. Now you can see it's getting added on node 3. Node is joining the failover cluster, waiting for notification. So you have successfully added one or more node cluster. So go ahead and click finish, and now you can see we have node 3 SQL-node 3 is a part of now this cluster. So we are good to go, and now we can go ahead and install SQL Server 2016 as a cluster mode. So let's do this now. So go to settings, mount the installation media for SQL Server 2016. So here we have SQL Server 2016 Service Pack 1, open, and go here, launch the installation media and run the setup.exe. Yes, do you want to allow this application? Yes, I want to install it. So now please wait for Microsoft SQL 2016 setup. So this will take few seconds to give you the installation wizard. So just wait for a second. Now we have here SQL Server Installation Center. Go and click on installation, and click here add node to SQL Server failover clusters. So install it in a evaluation mode. Click next. I accept the license terms. Click next. Now it's checking the some prerequisites like reboot is required or not, or you have administrative privilege. So you can check the Microsoft update for now. So I'm not going to check for now. So click next, and now it's copying the installation file, setup file. So please wait for this. Now it's checking the node role. So everything looks good for now, so everything is passed. So also you can see the cluster node. If you click here, you can see the local computer is a node in a Windows failover cluster, so that's why it's passed. So everything looks good here. We have few warnings related to application security and firewall that can be considered as we can go ahead. So click next. Now it's giving the SQL Server instance name where we are going to add this, and the name of the node and features which is installed basically. So click next, and the next is network configuration. Now cluster network configuration wizard. So you can see also it's require around 1.5 GB space in C drive. So here is the IP address configuration for the SQL Server cluster and domain network. We have everything seems fine. Click next. Now it will ask for the service account credential. So we need to give the service account password here. So let's put the password which we have used during the SQL Server installation on first node. Click next. Now it's checking for the final checkup. So now we have everything which we have just gone through by this wizard step by step. So it will give you the overview of what we are going to do by clicking on install. So everything seems fine here. So let's click on install to begin the installation of the SQL Server 2016 on our node 3, which we want to promote as a SQL Server cluster node in Windows failover cluster. So installation will take around 10 to 15 minutes. It's depend on the speed and your machine basically. So I'm pausing the recording here. Once the installation is done, we'll back and we'll check the SQL Server 2016 is now installed on node 3, and we will also check by using the migrating the SQL Server role from basically here we can see it's running on node 1. We can migrate from node 1 to node 3, and we'll check what's happening, if everything is going fine or not. So I'm pausing the recording for now. So now you can see the installation is almost 50% completed, and it will take another 5 to 10 minutes to get the installation done. So we'll back soon once the installation is completed. So pausing the recording once again. So now you can see the everything installation is successful for SQL Server 2016. Go ahead and close this. So now we have 3 node cluster for SQL Server, and what we can do, we can test the SQL Server by moving to SQL-Node 3, and we can see that everything is working fine as we need or not. So let's do this. To move this SQL Server on SQL-Node 3, I'm going to right click and click on move, and we need to click on here select node, and I want to move it at SQL-Node 3, so go ahead and click OK. Now you can see it's taking offline all the resources offline from node 3, and now it's bringing resource online on SQL-Node 3. So disk is online, it's taking IP address is now online, it's taking host name. So now it's working on SQL services. So now you can see everything is online on SQL-Node 3, and we have successfully added the node 3 in SQL Server 3 node cluster. So this is all about the adding node in SQL Server 2016 failover cluster, and I want to say thank you. Please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any query, any question related to this, please post me on my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.